In this tutorial for beginners, I go through the basics of OBS Studio and also show you some cool things that you can do to make your live stream look awesome. Let's go! Hey guys, my name is Hafiz and welcome to Roll Record. On this channel, I teach beginners how to make videos covering topics from shooting, editing, and uploading. I also share helpful tips and tools that can help you get started and go further in your video making journey. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Alright, welcome to part 3 of my live streaming series. Without further ado, let's dive into this. Now, the first thing you need is OBS, and links to download OBS can be found in the description down below. So now that you've already installed OBS, go ahead and run it and you'll be greeted by a window that looks something like this. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is this black area here, this rectangle here. This is what I call the canvas. Whatever it is that you put on the canvas is what the audience will see. Okay, and then we have scenes and sources. Now, scenes and sources and the canvas area is what I will be going through with you first. Audio mixer, scene transitions, and controls. Those three things I will talk about later on in this video. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to add your webcam to OBS. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna be doing. So how you go about doing that is go to scene. I'm just gonna rename this to main camera. All right, and then I'm gonna click on the plus sign here under sources and choose video capture device. I'm gonna name this webcam. Okay, and then I'm gonna select my webcam. In this case, for me, this is the one. There you go. And there are presets for you to choose which resolution you want. I will be selecting the high. Okay. All right. So that's that. You've already added your webcam footage to OBS. The next scene that I will create is the graphic scene. So before I start adding my images to my graphic scene, I would like to show you how I created all these different images. You can see there's a consistent green color screen, and I'm gonna show you how you can go about doing this. Head over to canva.com. okay, sign up for a free account, and once you've done that, you can click on create a design, and then from there, custom dimensions, key in these values, 1920 by 1080, and create design. Next step is to change the background. Select the canvas and change the background to green, a specific green. So just type in 00B140. Select the green. There you have it. And then from here, you can choose what kind of graphics you like to add onto the canvas. Okay, so I'm just gonna select something at random. I am going to be selecting this insect right here, and then I am gonna probably place it there. Okay, once that's done, in order for you to download, click on this button here, PNG download. Okay guys, so now we're back in OBS and I am going to be creating a scene called graphics now. Okay, and how we're going to be doing that is I would always duplicate the main camera, and then I change the name to, in this case, graphics. All right, and then from there I'm going to add the image that we have done at on Canva, that insect. Okay, look for the insect. All right, and okay, so right click on the insect, go to filters, the plus sign, chroma key, okay, and just leave it as it is. Don't change any of the values, and then click close. Once you've done that, you can see that the green portion of the image is gone, and then the insect is right there. So now that you can see what that particular step did, you guys can have a clearer picture about what I am going to be proceeding with in terms of adding the lower thirds as well as the crawler. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the lower thirds and the crawler. Okay, this is how we do it. Image, lower third, okay. Lower third, open, okay. And then I am going to be opening another image for the crawler. This is more like the background, the gray background for the scrolling text. So click on the crawler, open. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the insect. Okay, go to filters, plus, chroma key, okay, close. The same thing for crawler, filters, chroma key, okay, close. All right, there you have it. Now I have my lower third here. Now the crawler, as in the scrolling text, will be placed here. So how do I go about getting the scrolling text? Now this is how you do it. Plus sign, click on text. Like that, okay? Okay, let's see if that works. All right, that looks okay. Just gonna shift it down a little bit. That looks okay. Okay, now it's not scrolling yet, so the next thing you need to do is to right click on the scrolling text, go to filters, plus sign, scroll, okay, and then you see the slider here, right? So you just have to slide it to the right or to the left. So right now I can click on close, and then you can see that I now have a scrolling text. Okay, so the next scene that we are creating is the split screen. So what I'm gonna do is right click on main camera, duplicate, and then I'm gonna call this split screen. Okay, split screen. Already have my webcam there. It's perfect. I'm just gonna plus, and I'm gonna add an image. So this image would be my Q&A image. Okay, call it QA1, and then look for it, QA1. Okay, and then all right, and I'm gonna add in another question. So that's QA2. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna remove the green screen portion of it. Chroma key. Okay. Right now, I want to move myself into somewhere towards the left side, because right now you can see my nose getting cut off, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lock QA2 and I'm going to lock QA1. So I cannot move them accidentally, okay? Because what I want to do is I want to move my webcam footage. So by locking, you're able to move your webcam without accidentally moving all the other layers. All right, so there you go. So we have a split screen scene. All right, last but not least, I will be adding the last scene, which is a video clip which I would like to play for my audience. Okay, I will just click a plus here, and then I'm just gonna call it video. Okay, the scene is gonna call video. I'm gonna click on the plus sign, and then because it's a video I already have on my computer, it's gonna be called video source. I'm just gonna call this a clip. Okay, need to look for the clip. This is the clip that I want, and then okay. Now I can just readjust the size to fit up, you know, the entire canvas, but I intend to, you know, add in some sort of a graphical element into it to make it look more nicer. So I've already prepared one, which I'm gonna show you right now. I'm just gonna remove the green screen portion of it. So that's an example of a video that you like to share with your audience. You can do that. Okay, so as I mentioned at the start of the video, I'll talk about the audio mixer, scene transitions, and controls towards the end. So the audio mixer is basically the audio monitoring for your mic. For example, right now what you're seeing is the audio that's coming from the mic. So if you have a video that you want to play out and that video has audio on it, it will appear on the audio mixer column as well. Okay, scene transitions is the graphical effect that happens when you switch from one scene to another. Okay, for example, if you move on from graphics to split screen, you can see that there's a fade there. Yeah, if we go back to graphics, there is that effect. Okay, last but not least, we have controls where each of these buttons initiates an action. So we have start streaming, we have start recording, we can go to studio mode, we can go to settings, more advanced settings, and last but not least, exit OBS. Okay, Alright, the final thing that I'd like to show you guys is studio mode. Clicking on studio mode will bring up these two windows that you can see. One is called preview and the other is called program. Now program is what the viewer will see. Alright, this area here is for you to prep whatever scene you want to put up next. So let's say you want to go into the Q&A part of your live stream, just prepare it by clicking on split screen here, and then once you are ready, okay guys, let's go on to Q&A where I answer the questions that you have for my last video. There you go. So, you know, Mike Green asked, is it true you can use Skype along with OBS to do a video podcast? Yeah, with regards to that question, yes, you can. Okay, so yeah, so that's studio mode. Studio mode allows you to prepare what scene you wanna, you know, bring on next. It just gives you that a bit of control to, you know, ensure that your live stream is smooth and looks professional. Okay, so we've come to the end of the tutorial. In the next and final part of the live video streaming series, we're gonna go from OBS to YouTube Live. We're gonna go through the process, we're gonna go through the settings and best practices to ensure that your live stream is a successful one. Okay? See you guys in the next one. Okay, without further ado, without further ado, let's dive into this.